The violent scenes in Ukraine triggered a strong reaction from abroad. Scenes like this of police attacking protesters and the equal brutality of the protesters against the police has prompted the head of the EU Parliament, Martin Schulz, to call for immediate elections in the country, while Jose Manuel Barroso, the EU Commission President, warned that he was ready to take action if the situation didn't change. These type of statements have led to accusations of encouraging the rioters in a way that's been seen in previous conflicts.
It's a very similar scenario to what was happening in ex-Yugoslavia at the beginning of the 90s. We had people clamoring for democracy, which was completely legitimate, and then outside Western support pretty much gave wings to the extremists who started calling not just for democracy but for breakup of the country.
It's not just European leaders that have weighed in on the Ukrainian crisis. The United States cancelled visas for officials who it believes were involved in the crackdown on demonstrators at the end of last year. And all the time they've pointed the finger of blame for the riots directly at the Ukrainian government.
Now, this increasing tension in Ukraine is a direct consequence of the government failing to acknowledge the legitimate grievances of its people. Instead, it has moved to weaken the foundations of Ukraine's democracy by criminalizing peaceful protest and stripping civil society and political opponents of key democratic protections under the law.
Determined not to see his country ripped apart, President Yanukovych has warned foreign politicians against trying to influence which direction the country will take.
Can politicians from the West and East really help us? Let's be frank, they are fighting for their influence over Ukraine. Our state is independent. We can and we will decide our fate independently.
The government and opposition have entered into tentative negotiations just as violence spreads to other cities, with local government offices attacked in the west of the country. While throughout it all, thousands of demonstrators and police remain caught in a tense standoff right in the heart of the capital. Peter Oliver, RT, Kiev.